Shout out to everybody there on the live. Thank you for jumping on and appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Library Show, baby. Let's go. Some nice liquidations coming in there on Bitcoin, 104,650. Liquidating those shorts. Can we get back to 105 for BTC? Only time will tell. This looks nice. Let's get that pump, baby. $750 climbing. I might have to jump on at 800 Bitcoin, getting the pump as we speak. The second I go live, I don't know what's happening with me and Bitcoin. But aren't you guys, the second I go live, we flatten the shorts almost every single time. Shout out to Bitcoin pumping hard, baby, hard.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, babe?
Bitcoin ripping to the upside, 104,900. Let's go, baby. The second I show up, I have it all planned. Don't you see? This is all planned. It's not an accident that Bitcoin's pumping right now. Come on, let's get it in. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's watch that cooking intro and then cook these charts, baby. Let's go. Bam, how about that intro? Let's go, baby. Bitcoin pumping 105,050. I don't even have time to talk about it. Dang, man, almost falling off the mat here, getting excited. Shout out to everybody here. Let's jump on into Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's get that music back up and running. And let's fly. Crucial times for BTC. Let's see what's happening here for Bitcoin. I'm going to break it down so fast and furiously. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Completing the moment with each and every one of you. I couldn't do this alone. If I was alone, how fun would this be? I'd be watching the charts, but man, 104,950 for Bitcoin, getting the pump to the upside. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Shout out to my lovers of life. Shout out to all the people here. Look at all the money flowing into cryptocurrency. We got some Dogecoin, XRP, a lot of Ethereum getting bought. AVAX, I see right there. Some Avalanche coming on in there. We got Bitcoin, of course, by the tons. What is this here? 23? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, Pepe. Some Pepe coming in there. Some big Pepe buys coming in there. So people still want their Pepe. And there's some Bonk. I just saw some Bonk coming in there. Bitcoin. There's a lot of buys. Look, someone just Litecoin firing off. Like, who is buying Litecoin? Like you read about somebody. Instead, it is a big XRP buy. And this is fiat leak, showing you where the fiat is leaking into crypto. Bitcoin had a nice pump there to 105,005. Is it sustainable? What's going to happen later on into the day? How's the chart doing? How's the chat doing? Shout out to everybody here in the chat. Pump and Sammy. Shout out to Frank J. Shout out to Max Tokyo. The people that are not here are missing out. Shout out to Rave Song Records, Love Learning, Lakochi Coker, and everybody here on the live. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset. I've been up since 5 in the morning. Let's grind. Let's grind. Waiting for that Fed rate. It's likely going to be a no-no. Let's take a look at the Fed rate. 99.9% chance they are not cutting the rates. So you really don't have to stress. There's really no stress here. Let me bring this music up for you and just down a little bit for me. But no stress. The Fed rate coming at you strong here today at 2 p.m. And I will be live around 2:10 because they don't talk until 2:30. And so you have to sit there for half an hour just looking at the charts until he says something. I think it's kind of pointless. I like to get it in when Jerome Powell talks, and he goes for about an hour, 2:30 to 3:30 today for the double stream. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 4245 here on Fed Day. All right. And one thing I did want to just kind of double check here. Let's see if I can play. If I can play the Vegas Day, then we can play Fed Day. I just want to make sure we can play some stuff because sometimes it's hard.
To all the lifers that showed up. On the way to Bitcoin, Las Vegas. See y'all soon. God bless everybody. Hope you have a safe.
Bitcoin Vegas was crazy. Yeah, this is all playing well, so we can get some good playback here.
I'm alone here in the studio.
Dinner in Hell's Kitchen with Jimmy, Crypto Billy in the Lambo. Dude scared me half the day. Oh my gosh. That was the cheers at the end at Sin City Crypto Studio. Shout out to Sin City. Shout out to Crypto Billy. That's Crypto Billy right there. I'm doxing Crypto Billy. There's Dave. There's the whole group, man. Shout out to everyone that just makes crypto happen. And Bitcoin with a huge pump. Last night, I drew this. You can do fake chart, but I drew this like this. I said, can we cross the 200 and just get a move? We got halfway through the bump, got a head and shoulder pattern, and then things kind of started to get flat here. Hold on. Let me bring the music back, but not too. Yeah. Make sure I don't just jump back in here. But yeah. So nice recovery for Bitcoin. Little bit of a dip, some bullish divvy. We got back above the 200 moving average on the 15-minute. If we can stay above the 200 today on the 15, I see a move further to the upside. I mean the 5-minute, sorry. The 5-minute. I misspoke here. And then we can continue to cruise up to the 200 moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if the 15-minute hits the 200 moving average here. Let's take a look at my one. We just crossed the 1 minute, my signal to go long. So is Sammy long? Of course, I'm in a bit of a long here. Some fat longs. Let's go. So my signal on Wednesday, even though it's Fed Day, tells me to take that long. Unemployment rate was so soft and sweet. Came in pretty nice. Let's take a look at that on Forex Factory and give you the info. So today, we told you guys on Sunday night, I warned you about unemployment claims coming in at 8:30 in the morning Wednesday. We went over this in depth to make sure you knew what was happening in the charts. At 245,000 on the unemployment claims, it forecasted at 246. Previous was 250, so it's less than previous and less than the forecast. That's a bullish sign for the economy. Strong. We could take a rate cut. Things would get better. What they've been doing is okay. It also, it's in between because it also says, okay, you haven't cut rates and the economy's okay. So, if unemployment keeps going up, it puts pressure on the rate cutting. So it's kind of in between again. At the same time, I'm going with the fact that we're going to get 2 rate cuts, 2 or 3, starting in September, but nothing here in the summer. Just not going to happen. I don't see the rate cuts. Let's take a look at those coins. Hype back up 5.4%. I'm still in that hype trade. Kicking it hasn't been easy. Arrow, one of the big winners this week, kicking it. Farcoin and everything getting a bit of a bounce here. That Bitcoin just got a bit of a bounce. Let's take a look at it on the day, though. Nothing really up on the day, but Aerodrome, my baby, my sweetie, one of my bigger positions. Aerodrome doing damage. I like what I'm seeing here for Aerodrome. What a name, right? Aerodrome. You want to say drone, like Aerodrome, but it's Aerodrome with an M. I got to connect. My session was disconnected. What am I going to do? I'm out. I'm out the window. No, seriously, Bitcoin, 105,160 or 105,016 dollar billio. So let's take a look at the top-down analysis for Bitcoin. Show you what's up, but right now, right off the bat, the 1 minute says we can plow, and plow ahead did we to the upside. Bitcoin getting some rippage here to the upside. And I'm in some heavy longs that could do some damage to the upside. Weeks ripping to the upside. Let's see how we're doing here. 105,002. We just got a rippage. 105,200 right on that. Did we get a move back down? Oh, yeah, this is looking strong here. The shorts getting smashed. Let's take a look at Bookmap. And those are liquidations. See that red right there? Those are shorts getting liquidated. In case you didn't know, that's what's happening. All right? Some major rippage here. I like this. 105,200 Bitcoin. And there's another short that just got liquidated here in the morning. So it's starting to get pretty strong here with these short liquidations, starting to show that there could be some major moves to the upside. I like this. And when we show up, I love pumpage. Pumpage when we hit it. Right? So I got a week's trade here, just cooking up 269, 245. Nothing crazy. Right? And, we'll see where it goes over time. Come on, baby, open up there. There you see, 246, 777s, 357. Starting to get a nice little rippage here to the upside for Bitcoin. I'll move my stop loss to break even so I can't lose on the trade. And we'll see where that trade goes. Shout out to everybody here. Arrow Jerome Powell, I like that. Arrow Jerome, you're funny. That's funny. But Bitcoin, do we have more leverage? Yeah, we have some liquidity to the upside, this big bar. And honestly, this has been spot on, 100%. Every time we've had a red bar, we've hit it. If we've had a red bar down here, we went to it, red bar. So this says 110,000 is the next big target. And then if I keep a stop below 103,000, I'm going to be able to make some money. So I'm going for the obvious move here that we're going to get a move back to the upside. We also talked about longing the 4-hour yesterday, and I'm going to show you that as well. So right now, you're going to be watching your 1 hour. You're going to want to see the 1 minute. You want to see if the 1 minute can get in touch with the 21 while it stays above the 200. There's a golden cross there. Beautiful pump for Bitcoin and my signal. Once you cross the 200 moving average on the 1 minute time frame, it's time to long, baby. Like Tom DeLonge, it's time to long. Sounds like Tom DeLonge, right? I love that. Shout out to all my beautiful souls here on the live. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you so much for being a part of this amazing live stream, for making this amazing day happen, and for pushing us all the way to the upside. Thank you so much, every one of you who showed up today. If you didn't show up, there's no channel, there's no movement. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right? Fed day, baby, Fed day. And it's 10:23. It's time to rock, time to move, time to blast to the upside. And there's opportunity here. Man, we had one of the biggest wins on Monday. That Monday trading was amazing. A little bit of a move down the next day, but that's expected after a massive pump. So we're looking for this to continue to the upside. Looking pretty healthy. A bit of a support and resistance flip here on the small time frame could enhance us and give us the pump to 106,000. Make this a pretty big day here to the upside. Bro, we got a blood diamond on the week. Kind of concerned. Take a deep breath. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. Yeah. You'll be fine. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Everything will be okay. Let's take a look at the weekly and see what's happening on the bigger time frame. So I just jumped on in, showed you a trade that I had cooking, show you what's going on. Weeks is amazing. Jump on into Weeks today. If you find out more about how to trade, you want to do it, Weeks is a great place to begin to DCA. Do whatever you want. Good security. No KYC, no issues. No VPN needed. Just jump on in and begin to trade. And that's what I like about Weeks. MEXC, also the least fees of any exchange I've ever seen. If you want to take a look at that too as well. The weekly. Still stuck in a bit of a bull flag as far as I'm concerned. I keep talking about 104,460. As long as we stay above $104,460, I see no way why we aren't going to move further to the downside. Dang. So I could see a bigger move here. And then we have this beautiful flag starting to kind of come together. And again, that could send us further to the upside. I don't like a lot of wickage here, but again, a lot of wickage to the downside. So there's pressure on either side of the zone, and we're in an uptrend. So as long, and it seems like we're in a new trend too, like, you know, and we could be making this rising wedge. And just looking for a bounce sooner than later here on this weekly, back to the upside. Someone said they saw a blood diamond on the weekly. They're scared. They got FOMO. I'd be ready for opportunity. That would be an amazing price to get Bitcoin cheaper. The thing is Bitcoin going to go down to 85,000 and revisit a Fibonacci? It's just unlikely. Haven't seen something like that happen. Like it wicked to the 618 golden pocket. It got the bounce. That's really been it. What? Thank you so much. I need it written down.
It's on this one, Jamie sent it to you.
Yeah, in front of me. It would be nice. I just want it written down in front of me if it could be nice. That way I could just keep it moving. You know what I mean? But God bless. Thank you. Just asking for your cue card. You know what I mean? No worries. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're going to say happy 21st birthday to my buddy Derek. Derek, we love you, man. And he saw me there at, that was Bitcoin Miami. Oh, yeah, a couple years ago, right? Yeah, I remember that because I didn't wear that suit. Or Nashville. That was Nashville. Shout out to Derek, man. Happy 21st birthday. He's a lifer. Just want to say thank you, Derek, and appreciate you so much. May God bless you, man. May you have a wonderful 21st birthday. This will be one of the best days of your life. Just remember it. Have a blast, man. And, you know, my advice to you is not to get drunk on your 21st birthday and not to be obliterated. Like, you know, I would, yeah. But you're going to do whatever makes you happy. I know that as a young man. May God bless you, Derek. Enjoy your life. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, brother. So, yeah, we're still inside this beautiful flag. Bit of a cup and handle. We've talked about this being an inverted head and shoulder that could possibly break us further to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin, right? How come I was billed for the members, but I didn't get anything? That doesn't make any sense. You would get access to the Discord, so email us immediately. We would never have that happen to you. And if you have any issues at all, let us know. We never want you to be upset. Just let us know. I have amazing customer service and, people with common sense that will think through anything that makes sense, and they'll help you. We're not your average company that's trying to do anything silly, so just email us and let us know. I know a lot of people have been handled horribly, so they'll come to us with like, because they're used to people just giving them the runaround. We don't do that. We're understanding. We're nice. We appreciate you. You guys are the lifeblood of the business. We're going to do everything we can to keep you happy. So let us know. Just email cryptolifers@gmail. Let us know what's going on. And someone will be there to answer you today, right now. All right? Say, hey, Sam, I received 120 USDT bonus from Weeks and managed to make a $96 USD profit. That's amazing, brother. You're able to make $100 off of, we talked about yesterday, remember, you were listening. I said, use the bonus like it's the last you've ever had, right? Bitcoin, 105,113. Still doing damage here. 105,200 Bitcoin doing damage. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. Remember, a lot of people wish they got Bitcoin cheaper and they didn't. That's going to create FOMO. You don't let the fear induce. The altcoins got hit yesterday. Again, people selling alts for Bitcoin. A lot of people just wish they got Bitcoin, and so when Bitcoin went low, what did they do? They sold for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? People run out of money. Opportunity is scarce. They're looking for it. And so bang, bang, bang. Happy birthday to Space Kick Crypto, YouTuber who passed away 1 year ago. She'd be 40 today. Fantastic, genuine YouTuber. So sorry to hear that. Space Chick, we love you. One love. So let's take a look at the 5-day chart, my go-to. And the 5-day, which we talked about, could be inside what isn't like, a rising flag, basically, like a bull flag that has an uptrending movement. Again, we went to the upside, we came down, we wicked up, came down. I would expect us to kind of continue this move further up. A lot of wickage in the 5-day chart, a little bit of pressure there, but the curving 21, the 50 curving down, I don't know. I have mixed signals, but it looks more like we could get tight. One thing I do see that's, I'm just, could that be a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder that ends us and rising wedges break down? Do we end up making this giant double bottom before we absolutely make a move to the upside? This would be possible. A move back to 78,000 would scare the bejesus out of the world. They would get a lot of liquidity. They would create so much short liquidity up here, liquidations for days. Then they would wreck everyone that went long right now. It would be genius. If I was working an exchange, this would be the move I would make, because you would make so much money doing this. Then just, if you go up in here, you'd have to fake it, and then make it. You only make a little bit of money here. But if you bring it all the way down and all the way back up, you're going to make a boatload. So I don't know. Are we going to make a giant double bottom? Very possibly. Very possible, right? And again, remember, you always got your tree here, and you just delete things really fast like I just did. Nice and neat. Look at that. Bang, bang, bang. So Bitcoin. 5-day chart looks a bit sketch. The 3-day chart is holding us down and suggesting we will get the bounce. So I am a 3-day trader. I like the 3-day chart. A lot of people don't use it. They don't pay attention to it. I feel like the big boys use it and they give a lot of signals out. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's definitely something going on behind the scenes. So there's a falling wedge. Falling wedges break to the upside 68% of the time. You had a nice little movement here. 3-day chart looks oversold, ready to rock. MACD looks great too, like it's just barely has, lack of selling pressure. RSI is in a good spot for continuation too as well when you're in these very bullish times. And so I would expect the 3-day to bounce here on the higher low. So I'm expecting a bounce on the 3-day chart as I make this nice and chunky for you. I expect this to end, in the next 9 days, I expect to be somewhere here at 108,000, maybe even sooner than that. That's what I'm looking at for BTC. I could be completely wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Okay? I know not a thing. This is just one thing that I'm starting to see possible for Bitcoin. Thank you for jumping on in. My name's Sam Price. I appreciate you. I love you. I know you want to go somewhere else, but just wait. Just don't go anywhere. This is your first YouTube chat. I know you see the suit, you hear the voice, you're not sure what's happening. I'm going to teach you things you've never heard, never thought before, and I'm going to show you how we can actually make money today together in the charts. All right, we can do this. I can give you the education to teach you how you can pull money out of the market with technical analysis. You don't have to know anything. You could have been just going and watch a dog video and came across me. We're going to teach you some things and things that you never thought possible. We're going to show you the way. Just give us some time. Give us a moment. We're going to be able to show you how to do this. All right? Have faith in yourself. I wasn't always the best at this. All right? And it's a work in progress, but man, every single day we strive, every single day we push ourselves, and there's definitely a way to win. And I could teach you how to find a way to win every single day here in the markets. So may God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And let's see what happens here. So a bit of a cup and handle. This falling wedge in the daily looks good to me. Curving on the stochastics. We could drop easily. I could see it go either way. But again, a falling wedge breaks up 68% of the time, and we're looking for the wedge to break on up. 22-hour getting that curve. 12-hour looking like a bit of a double bottom. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. The 8-hour didn't roll over. I mean, it did. But now we got the bit of a bounce here on the 8-hour time frame. Everything looking like we can get the move out the falling wedge, or at least back to the top of the angle there. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour looks good to me. And again, we talked about getting in right there with a stop below this wick. And so far that has, just like we got in here. And so I just long the 4-hour with a stop below the wicks once I got tweezer bottoms. And look, they tried to get everybody out there this morning. Look at that. Oh my God. Whenever they pack their bags, so to speak, like they go down and snatch. Like, why would you pack your bags? Where are you going? Usually you're not going further down when you scoop down. Like, why would you reach down and grab what you could? It usually means you're going back up. Again, I can't, there's no guarantees here, but it's just something to think about. If you look at it on the 4-hour, it looks like you broke out of this and want to break back inside. The daily, the bigger time frames look better. This also has kind of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder vibe. Wouldn't be, but it looked pretty nasty this morning and it didn't dump. So I'm more bullish here than bearish on some type of reversal pattern. Look at this bullish divergence on my indicator. This is stochastics with divs. You go up here, type in RSI, and it's going to give you an indicator called RSI, stochastics RSI with divergences. It's going to have the divergences built in. That says we're going to get a bounce. And you can see that is a cup and handle. That's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handle. You may have heard it before. You may have been like, who's this cup and handle guy? I keep hearing about Samuel Cup and Handle. He used the cup and handle all the time. Used to be on this show called ATB every week. Used to hang out with Altcoin Daily and all the old school boys back in the Dizzy before everything got fragmented, before the great diaspora. When Wendy O and everyone was all one big family. Shout out to everybody in the space. Shout out to Adam Charles. Shout out to all my friends and family. Shout out to Tommy. So look, beautiful cup and handle. Looks like we could continue further to the upside. My target there is 106,950 for Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm a little more bullish than bearish on the morning, but there's going to be some things that we have to talk about, right? Number one, the 15 minutes probably going to flag out here. It's a little far from the 21. It pumped for the last hour straight. 4 green candles in a row. You got to love that. Beautiful sign. The 5. So look at this. The 7-minute, my go-to, broke above the 200. Look for the 7-minute to connect to the 21 without losing the 200 moving average. The 1 hour just had a beautiful pump. All right, outside of the 200. That's my signal right there, and my signal played out already this morning. And I was up at 5 in the morning starting to kind of talk about all of this and break it down. So can we get the continuation? 1 hour looks pretty good to me, getting oversold. Let's see. I'm more bullish than bearish. Smaller time frames are looking good. As long as the 5 stays above, if the 5 loses the 200, we're going to have some type of bearish move today, likely. If the 5 stays above the yellow line, all the other things that I said on the bigger time frames is likely going to play out into fruition. So again, nobody knows how where it's going to go. Anyone that tells you that has no clue. But there are people who are really good at analyzing it and getting it done. All right? And so anybody can say whatever they want, but we can analyze this market and get it in. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Thank you, dear Lord, for making this in a beautiful day. All praise to God for every single moment that we have here. Shout out to BitTunes with the ONDO, asking with the super chat with $1.99. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at ONDO for you, BitTunes. God bless you. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to all my beautiful people. Shout out to Flatsmack. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and hanging out with the lifer. Thank you, Sam. I already took profit today when I waited for you to start the stream. Amazing energy. God bless you, man. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Maximilian. Shout out to anyone that got paid today already. Who got paid in the trading group? Put a 333. I see this flag breaking out. I see a move to 105,740. I could be wrong, but everything's starting to look pretty peachy, right? Pretty sweet. And where's my book map at? There we go. So I see liquidity at 110,000. Says we could get there. We could get there by the end of the day. Just like yesterday we hit 108. I wouldn't be surprised we flushed to 110,000. So just be ready for a huge move today. All right? The Fed could come out and start to talk dovish. The questions could go. I don't even know. And just be careful, too, for massive volatility around 2 p.m. I got stomp hunted this morning, all three. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, trade the bigger positions on Fed day. I'm talking the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Yeah. But all you had to do is get in when we crossed the 200 moving average on the 1, and you would have been stop hunted. Look at this nice pump out the flag that we just called. Bitcoin doing damage. 105,250 for BTC. The Weeks trade doing damage. Shout out to Weeks, weex.com if you want to find out more. You can also scalp here on Bit2Nex. Some nice little scalps cooking here on Bit2Nex. Let's take a look at what looks here on the 15-minute time frame for Bit2Nex. Look at that nice move here. You look at the 5, and again, I would just be looking for flags. Wow, the 5 getting a massive pump there. I'd be looking for this to flag out somehow, or if I missed the flag, I'd be looking for it to flag somewhere up in here. Just want to make sure that this 21-day moving average crosses price action. That would be the most important thing. That the 21 crosses the 200, we stay inside the flag. That can give us the pump. Stochastics are a little high here. All right. Nice move, but now you'd be like, okay, what's going to happen? We could continue up and pump, which is likely. It is a pretty nice bull flag. That's a very strong candle with some good volume on a Wednesday morning too as well, right? Shout out to Yard Dog Prayers, brother. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. God bless you. And again, when I submitted to God, everything changed in my life. Once I submitted to God, everything changed. Everything came my way, all my dreams, all the things I ever really, really, truly dreamed of and decided I really desired to have came into my life when I submitted to God. So submitting to God has something to do with it. It accelerated the speed in which my life progressed at a very fast rate. When I fought I always believed in God, but I didn't submit to God. There's two different things. I fought the energy around. I didn't let the energy flow. You see what I'm saying? You never know what could happen. Always be open-minded. Use the energy around you. And that's believing in God, man. Using that flow, being in the flow state. Look at this nasty dump out of nowhere for Bitcoin. Never trust the moment here, especially Fed Day. Never trust Fed Day. I would never trust Fed Day. Look at this. Could possibly get worse here for BTC. Right? That's why you never be greedy. Always move stop losses to break even. Proverbs 39, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflow, and your vats will brim over with new wine. God bless you guys. Isn't that funny, though, they said wine in the Bible? Doesn't make any sense. Good morning. How we looking on Near? Near's a little puppy. A little sweetie pie. You know what I mean? Near struggles, I'll be honest. Wow, what a sell. I mean, they're going after the people that are heavy leveraged on the small time frames. Look, that's a double top right now with rejection at 105,003 for whatever reason here for BTC. God never ends anything on a negative. God always ends on a positive 100%. Yeah. How did you start the journey submitting to God? I went against it over and over again until things just didn't work my way. Yeah. God never ends anything. Yeah, 100%. I am trading Tau on MEXC with 0% copy of the moves of the Bitcoin, already 99%. I love hearing that. 0%. See, exactly. So you look at it and you trade the smaller move and then you pay zero fees. I like what you're doing. Very smart move there. You're on point, my friend. You're on point. So yeah, I go to make $500 to $1,000 a day, swing trading, day trading, do whatever we do over here. Taking a gain, open up a gain, flapping a gain over here. So, I understand. I understand very much. I just, always put a stop. I'm covering positions here while I'm talking to you guys. It's got 100 windows open. So, okay, all the bears salivating with that double top. Yeah, we should be able to crush them out if everything goes right, right? We should be able to get it done. All right, so here we go on the day. Beautiful day to be alive, huh? Shout out to all my beautiful people. 104,971 tripping out here on the smaller time frame. I want to see this thing get nice and flaggy. Fill out the end of this flag so we can get a move. If not, somewhat of a double bottom there. You see it? Very interesting. Double top or double bottom, both are wanting to dump on us. You know, both are trying to make their move. One is wanting to dump on us, obviously. It's getting tight. Very, very tight. Target could give us a 105,800 for Bitcoin. Sketchy's day is so sketchy to trade Fed day, right? 100%. Attitude of gratitude, and you already won the day, 100%. I mean, we all woke up today. You know how many people woke up and they got a phone call that something happened in their life that they never thought? You know what I'm saying? I remember the day my mom called about my dad. It was just like, whoa, like. So shout out to anyone that did wake up and got a phone call they didn't expect. I hope everything's going okay. And bless us all if everything's going our way. You know, we didn't lose a loved one. We woke up healthy. Everything is going our way. We're so blessed. You know, the first thing I always say is thank you for the use of my legs. May I walk to the bathroom? You wake up. There's some people, they can't walk to the bathroom. They need help the second they wake up. And that's a tough life. That's not easy at all in any way, shape, or form, right? So shout out to everybody that has to fight their way out in the morning. You know what I mean? And may I always have the use of my legs, my arms, my ears, and my eyes, dear Lord, throughout my life. Please, dear Lord. Amen. You know, may I stay protected. It's a good altcoin season to keep getting delayed and gives people a chance to extend the time and not pay short-term capital gains. Hey, you'll see what happens. I mean, hey, Sam, can we get a birthday shout-out for the 99 member Gainage? Yeah, happy birthday to Gainage, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. We love you. We hope you have a wonderful day. Shout out to Gainage in the house with a beautiful birthday. God forbid you ever had to wake up to hear the news. Now they really know what it's like to have to lose. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, I love that song. To pay the blue. So this looks pretty bearish. It looks like it's going to roll over for me the way it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. I'm getting a more bearish vibe right now if I had to call it. You know, some bearish divvy here. I'll wait for the 21 on the 5-minute time frame. Says we're probably going to have to come back down before a bigger move. So it's looking kind of ugly here for sure. Not amazing. 105,061 though ain't bad. Grandpa is so happy to wake up. Amen, amen, amen. So let's take a look if there's anything hot today that's kind of, you know, hotter than most. Somebody mentioned something, you know, and Hyperliquid always kind of has my radar. But let's take a look. Hyperliquid back at 41. That's the trade we're in, up 5% in the last hour. Seems to get the most love. And Aerodrome, my two favorite coins are up huge. 39% in 7 days on Aerodrome, man. And we'll talk about that in a little while. Virtuals continues to kind of slip a little bit, which is interesting. I figured when Hype would pump, Virtuals would kind of piggyback that, but no. ONDO back to 74. What's up with these coins, man? Seems like every hot coin just slumped again. Back to the price you're going to buy. These prices are waiting for you. Every time I DCA anything and I snipe the good price, those prices are still there again. It's, you know, all coins have been basically waiting for you to buy all the time. I like SWI, I like Say, I like Sol, you know, I like FET, I like Cardano. But again, it is what it is, man. And we're going to find some gems just like we found Kita that did basically over a 12x in 2 months. And there's definitely opportunity out here, everybody. It's not like everywhere, but there's more than there used to be for sure. And we're going to be paying attention and making sure we're on it every single day here on the channel. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in and appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and being positive and awesome. Shout out to everyone that loves the channel, everyone that supports the channel, and all the crypto lifers. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, back to that one. It's slipping. See how I said it looks like it's rolling over here? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It just doesn't look good. Like, for a second, it started to look great. That pump was fun. We had the flag. Massive rejection there. And that looks like it's going to roll over for some dumpage. Yeah, can I... Exactly. Join the 99 Saturday, up over 1K with only 7K in total in all my trading acts. Thank you, Sam. Since the daily, still under the 21. Short, long term? I don't think so. No. I'd still be long. No. No, I'd be long. Yeah. I like discount prices. Bring it, Biddy. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take a bit of a move here down. Right? For sure. So just be careful here on your trades. Wartime, gold time, historical data. Yeah, gold does like to pump pretty nice. Whenever we have some war issues, gold likes to rip. Gold and oil could be our simple plays here to make it happen. All right? And I believe we can do it. Blessings on blessings to everybody out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. So yeah, I mean, oof. A nice, I said it's rolling over. It looks like it's going to dump on us. And what happened? We got this right shoulder. Sometimes I go to the 30-second, and you can clearly see that's a head and shoulder pattern. Like, you can play games all you want, and people say, oh, they're only 68, but it's really like 100% of the time. Like, these patterns do what they say they're going to do. Like, that said it's going to dump, it dump. No games here. Again, I wouldn't be any heavy trades. I'm out of my trade now. I took it for about $200, thank goodness. And it probably 180 because the fee was high too. So now you're looking for this to make some type of inverted head and shoulder if you're bullish. Something like this. So right now, no trades. I don't know if I'll live trade. We'll see. You never know. I could see something out of nowhere. But, I mean, above the 200, that was kind of liquidity grab. Right? I'm passing for a bad situation. I had 2 surgeries. I'm in bed, but my friend helped yesterday, and his sister devalued it. He doesn't have money, so I gave 1 ETH for heart surgery. Hey, God bless you, man. I hope everything's okay, Teddy Bear. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm so glad I found you again. I was watching your channel for about 6 months, and then I lost you. I thought your channel was done. God bless you and your works. Dude, it's Crypto Lifer. All you had to do, you lost me. All you had to do is go to CryptoLifer.com, man. Just bookmap CryptoLifer.com. You'll never lose me again, brother. CryptoLifer.com. And hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the weekly or to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription to the trading group. And you'll never lose me, man. Yeah. Okay. So Bitcoin, yeah, take a rejection, moving that stop loss to break even. Smartest move I ever made. Happy that happened the way it did there. Okay. So far this morning, we got a little bit of a move, but it's looking pretty ugly. I'm going to take a look at this one more time. Just kind of rework what I see happening on the day. So wow, look at the 2 hour. This is what it is. We're inside of this basically symmetrical triangle. We've hit the top of the range a couple times. I got that itchy eyelid. You know, itchy eyelid, you got to flutter it. Got to do that funny itch on it. Feels so good though. It's so satisfying to itch the eyelid, right? It feels so good. There's just something about itching that eyelid that just feels absolutely amazing. I mean, you can't lie. It gives you this instant gratification. So look at this beautiful high volume node that we're sitting on. Again, there's a lot of traction here. So let's talk about this. You can see where Bitcoin has had a lot of bouncing. And this is a zone. You can see a lot of up and down price action bouncing here. Fell through, bounce. Looks like we may get the bigger move here to the upside. Right? That's what we want to see. There's that higher low, the cup and handle. So it really comes down today to can we get that move? And we're looking for a bounce back to the top of the channel. You're looking for Bitcoin to kind of slowly make its way back up here, right? That's the play for the day. Jerome Powell gets light. He talks about how the questions keep pressing, and somehow something slips out of his mouth that there's going to be a rate hike, a rate cut. Somehow, some way, he mentions a cut is coming. Something, he sneezes the word rate cut, and I'm telling you right now, we will absolutely go bananas, and there'll be a monster move to the upside. So anything could happen today. I'm definitely open-minded. And where we sitting, 104,005. Wow, Bitcoin took a tumble once we were above 105,000. Wow, that's a beautiful little screen share, right? Screensaver. So yeah, huge pump, but we got wicked back down. So now we got to see kind of what happens in the next few hours. And again, the Fed day is going to have a lot to do with what goes on. Wow, so we had a nice breakout. Everything looked interesting. We had a nice breakdown. Things, you know, so just look, they've stop hunted down. They've stop hunted up. So that's kind of what you're looking at. A little okey doke. Wow, look at that 15-minute just getting a nasty rejection. And there's a resistance there of 105.5 for sure. And then it looks like it just got, you know, they front ran it like someone pre-sold it. And now remember what I talked about. The 5-minute had to stay above the 200 moving average for us to kind of be real excited about the day. Now that it's back below, I'm back to being a bit bearish here. You would have to assume you're dropping all the way down here back to 103,008. So I would see some liquidations here back to the downside. Be very careful. Trading Fed day is usually the worst day to trade. I rarely trade Fed day. I was already in a trade from the night, so I got in and got out, thank the Lord, and we go from there. Now I'm not in a trade on weeks. Right now I'm just flat. So that's it. Nothing to show, nothing crazy. And this looks bearish to me. Unless you get a bounce and you're bullishly retesting the top of this trend line, which you may be, I see us falling through all the way back here, back to my green zone at 103,868. So it looked pretty bullish. Things were looking nice. But I knew we had to create a flag. The 21 had to catch price action, and we had to touch price action above the yellow line. Had the 21 crossed and touched twice, we would have had a move, but it did not happen. Poly market has a consensus of 90. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe final stop. OT, baby. I don't know what he's saying, man. Bulls crushed. Can't wait for the FOMO since once we hit a new all-time high. The deny and the double top. Yeah, the only trades I've been in for days for long holds. Shout out to Mr. Flawless. Moon Boys were trapped. Now, we could be getting an inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder for the bounce. We get the bullish retest, or we fall. I say we're falling back to the circle. Odds are we're going right back to that circle. You know, weakness, the Bulls had it all put together, and they just fumbled the bag. So he was looking nice for the Bulls, and they fumbled the bag like you read about. Absolutely horrible bag fumble there. So, yeah, of course. Let's take a look at the chat and see what's happening to the fan funding. And what are people saying? It's starting to fill up pretty fast. So we got BitTunes ONDO. Let's take a look at ONDO and see what's happening to ONDO. We already know kind of what's up with Bitcoin right now. It looks like it's falling to 103.9 in the next few minutes. But, you know, we'll always come back and check it out. And it's not ONDO, it's ONDO. If you could spell in that. It's me. I'm talking to me, not you. Hey. Same thing here as you can see Bitcoin. It's got to bounce, you know, in the smaller time frame. I would look at anything on the weekly. That's the first thing I would look at. Wow, ONDO's losing the trend line, and that's a head and shoulder pattern that looks like it could dump this. It's so weird. Like, I don't know what to say, but like ONDO's losing the neckline. I would say, okay, you got support here. Got a little bit of support right there, previous resistance. So either you're going to double bottom here and save the day, or you're going for more. ONDO looking for the double bottom. If you believe in ONDO like I do, it would be a great price to get into. But like messy chart for sure. And I feel like it lost the trend line like a while back. I mean, so weird. That's one of the strangest charts I've ever seen, to be honest. Like it went all the way up to, that was it. $2, it did a 10x, and that was all you got. From January of 2024 to December, and it took a year. It's just crazy. Very odd. But that's why it doesn't matter what the cycle is. Just take whatever it is. See, you got to stop listening to everyone else and their cycle nonsense. Just trade. You're up, take a trade. You're in the money, take the trade. Again, happy birthday to Derek one more time. Derek, we love you, man. Thank you so much for always supporting the Crypto Lifers. We love you, man. Happy 21st to Derek. Everyone wish Derek a happy birthday. So, for me, that's bearish. Like, it doesn't look bullish to me. Like, you keep making higher lows, you're getting sold off like you read about. So, for whatever reason, ONDO is getting absolutely hammered. And I don't know what to say. I mean, I'd have to say it's going to go lower. It's made a lower high, and now it has resistance at 77. So back to kind of my average, too, around 70, 65. This is crazy. So altcoins getting absolutely demolished. They look horrible. Look, that's a head and shoulder on ONDO. It cracked the neckline. That says more downside. So I would have to say ONDO looks like it's going lower. Yeah, my level for ONDO looks like 64, 65. And I have no idea what's going on with them or why the chart's so bad, but it's yeah. Shout out to BitTunes. He wrote Proverbs 3:9-10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim with new wine. God bless you guys. Thank you. Good morning. How are we looking at NEAR? Let's take a look at NEAR Protocol, NEAR, USDT. And may God bless this beautiful day today. What a beautiful day it is. Again, look at what I see for NEAR. All these altcoins look horrible. Shoulder, head, right shoulder slanted, but nonetheless. Is that a negative price act? No, I mean, that says NEAR could go to 171. I don't know what's happening. But maybe we're heading for a black swan event here. Something crazy happens. Bitcoin sell-off, regular sell-off, and the whole market collapses. So altcoins are telling us something big could be happening. So just pay attention. You know? It's funny, we were about to get the beautiful balance. Altcoins look great, and then we had to get this horrible announcement, which you know I don't even want to mention. And then it throws off the entire market. You know, when someone's running for their life, they're not really caring about buying an altcoin, man. And when you take a large percentage of people and start playing with them, especially people that could be into decentralized. I mean, this could be your last chance to buy for NEAR, but dang, a lot of coins are like this, like hanging on by an absolute thread. You know, what I do is I DCA here again, but look, I even see this as a shoulder, head, right shoulder. I wouldn't get into an altcoin until you break back above. We're going to look at Total 3. So Total 3 is the market cap of all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And look, it's got a head and shoulder pattern right there saying it's about to dump. So either they're going to make a head and shoulder and get everybody to short this market, and they're going to defy it. The odds are higher that it's going to dump. So the key is you'd rather get shorted out on a short there, stopped out on a short, than win the long, because the odds are better that, right? That would wreck the altcoins back down somewhere to about 746 billion. Give us great prices again, but it would bring them back down to these lows, back down to the April lows. And it looks likely the way it's setting up, it doesn't look amazing, right? I guess I'm going to hit myself with a mic every time I'm live from now on, the way I'm just impulsing moving my hand. That falling wedge would have to break out. You know, Bitcoin has to get the pump to save the day here today. They're pumping Bitcoin back up here, 104,006. It's attempting to kind of save the day after that low at 104,479. Look at the volatility. They're attempting to give it the bullish bounce. And there would be your bullish retest off the top of the channel for gains. It would get so much, it gets really tight inside the zone here. Rip all the way to 106,894 for Bitcoin. Right? That's your way out right there. Or you slump back inside. You got to stay outside this diagonal trend line. Look how we bullishly retested it. Used it as support and resistance. Top-notch move right there for BTC. Absolutely lovely. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's see if that's a fib or is a 618. I mean, yeah, you're bouncing right off the 618 golden pocket. So that would be a golden pocket fib retracement. How did I draw the fib? Let's go back. Number one, open up your chart. Look at it nicely. You know, you don't need any other indicators. You could double click too. What did I just do? Double click. If you double click something, you'll see the whole screen. If you double click the MACD, you'll see all of the MACD. If you double click the RSI, you'll see the whole MAC. You know, double click out to get out. I double click just to see the charts here. I'm going to hit Alt F. I'm going to go right here from these two wicks. I'm going to go right up to that wick. And I can see that we wick to the 618 and the 0.65. If you right click your settings, you're not going to have those. Go with this, click on that, right, 0.65. I turn it white with the 618, so the golden pocket stands out immediately. We just took a golden pocket bounce off of the 5-minute time frame for Bitcoin. This could end up being a healthy move later on throughout the day. If this makes a flag and gets back above the 200, we have ourselves a move back to 106,008. And you can see how crucial the small time frames are. They're going to teach us what's likely going to happen on the big time frames. The 1 minute's just back above the 200 moving average too as well. Just hanging by a thread here, as you can see. See the 1 minute just above the 200 moving average? Just hanging. So, shout out to the crypto lifers. Thank you for everyone jumping on into the live. Everyone that doesn't take a day off with me and grinds. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for constantly being here, pushing yourselves every day and never stopping. I'm on my way to 100,000 subscribers, but I can't get there without each and every one of you hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and saying thank you. Look at the 508 likes today. May God bless you guys. You were responding very great. We got an amazing energy, amazing crowd here tonight, today, this afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. See how I caught that? We got an amazing crowd here on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning, headed to 12 o'clock midday in the Northeast here. Woke up this morning, 5:30, ready to go. Heard the birds chirping. Shout out to John Phillips, CYR. We don't answer that question, but God bless you, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Join the 99 Saturday, up over 1K since, with over 7K in total, and all my trading acts. Thank you, Sam. Since the daily, still under the 21. Short term, short, long term? No. Short, long term. I don't know what that means, but definitely not short, long term. No. All my favorite acts are saying sell everything. I'm holding IDC, but what do I say? All my favorite acts? What's an act? All my favorite acts. What is an act? Are saying sell everything. I'm holding I don't know. I'm holding. I don't care. But what do you say the odds are we fill the CMEs this month, Sammy? We'll take a look at the CME gap. There's a CME gap. I don't stress it as much as you guys do, but we'll take a look. 95% do get filled, but 4% don't. So it's not 100%. If it's not 100%, it's here nor there, right? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. If we slip back inside this channel, let's delete the fib here. We're going to dump back to 103.3. This is very crucial time right now for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at CRO. Crow. Wow, Crow getting a massive pump. Crossed the 5-minute 200 MA and just can't never look back. That's how crucial that 200 moving average is. Look, cross the 1 minute and never look back. It's a good time to take some profits if I was already in. So Crow getting a bounce from, it seems the lows though. Or no, okay, let's take a look. Last time I looked at it, I looked for this flag to break out. Looked like it did that halfway and then slumped over. You know, almost looks like it's in a bit of a bull flag. I mean, a bear flag, and attempting to hold on. Doesn't look amazing too. Can Crow just bounce back to the top of the channel? It's in a nasty little range here. And not looking too strong, but, you know, possibly giant double bottom. It did leave 7 cents and got that lift off. Has a major resistance up there at about, what, 9 cents and 11 and 6/10%. I would expect to move the way it's looking. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily's oversold, looking for that bounce back to the upside. It isn't, you know, it's a good project. Been here for a while. Crypto.com. I would expect to move. For whatever reason, it's getting a pump right now. I have no idea why. Shout out to Master Friend. I got my Stealth Wealth on today. Master Friend gave me this shirt for my birthday, man. God bless you. Looks fresh, man. Keeps me cool. Yeah, so that's a bullish engulfing on Crow. Crow looks more bullish than a lot of other things. Again, I would be looking at the 4 hour and the 1 hour and looking for some type of bull flag. If the 1 hour gets above the 200 and makes a flag, then I'm in. It might get rejected right here, too. You can see there's going to be probably some resistance at 933. And that's my man, Yard Dog. Thank you, Yard Dog. Shout out to BitTunes. Shout out to Yard Dog. Shout out to BitTunes again. Shout out to Sean Z. And we looked at everything you guys talked about. Shout out to Nick Galley, who's talking about being up since he joined on Saturday, the 99. Jump on into the 99 trading group, cryptolifer.com to find out more. All right. Shout out to John Philippe. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. Shout out to Nick Galley. Yeah. And wow, Crow getting a nice little pump there on that 1 hour time frame, looking saucy. Bitcoin, 104,650. Showing signs of strength here for BTC. So you got to get a bounce for total 3. Otherwise, we're in some trouble here. It's looking a bit sketchy for the total market cap of the altcoins. They are struggling. They started to look good. I don't know. I can't explain it. They don't behave like they used to. That's all I got to say. It's not what we're used to. I'm looking for Bitcoin to bounce today back to the top of the channel here. I know it's a sketchy day. If there was no Jerome Powell and it was just a day, I'm looking for the bounce. Look, there's a bit of an inverted head and shoulder there. It's like shoulder head. It's weird, but I'm looking for this to be a bullish retest. Look, it's attempting to bullish retest this. The 5 minutes got to get above that 200 moving average. It's all, oh man, it doesn't get above it today. It slumps over. We could dump down here. We struggle. We get above it. We go tight. It starts kind of telling a story that this measured move may be fulfilled. So anything could happen, but man, oh man, right? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, you guys don't really need to see that. I could bring that lower, right? Yeah. I'm about to say, that was just too much black, but it wasn't part of, you know. I got that headroom. It's cutting on my head a little bit there today, right? Shout out to all my lovers of life, man. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Every time it looks like it's gonna do some damage, it stays below that 200 moving average. Sketchy times. Now it looks like you're gonna dump. What I see here, look at this. I know it's hard to see, but I see these as head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. That's going to dump. Now it's pretty obvious to me it's going to take a dump. Slanted head and shoulder pattern to the downside for Bitcoin. Sketchy day to trade. No live trading, but before Jerome Powell gets out, I think that's a bad look. But you do whatever makes you happy here. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid. It's out, and let's take a look at what else is happening in the chat. TIA getting hammered. SWE. Let's look at TIA and SWE. Celestia, just horrible play, really. Like one of the worst plays in crypto I've ever seen. All the coins are hanging on by an inverted head and shoulder. Look at this. 68% chance that's going to break back to the upside, cross that neckline. You're basically waiting on a prayer here on TIA. Same idea. Let's take a look at SWE. That doesn't make a move, then it's going lower. Is SWE also in it? Does every altcoin have this kind of signature inverted head and shoulder in it? This one kind of has it without the right shoulder. It's like half done. Let's take a look at SWE big time, because even SWE lost the sauce, huh? SWE had that support that looked like it would hold. Nope. And now you feel like SWE's got to come back to 267. And this is the only thing I DCA'd into around 225. And took a few nibbles around 250, maybe 260 even, but that was the last time I touched it. Pull a fib and look for it to come right down here to the 786, maybe get a wick and possibly go all the way up to 510. SWE, baby, SWE. And then we got a bounce on SWE at about, what, $2.40. I like this zonage. All right. Everybody, we got some exclusive news coming into my news feed here this morning. Weeks has upgraded their affiliate deal for our customers only. New signups now get instant VIP 3 for a period of time for reduced fees. So if you're a new signup, you'll get reduced fees for a limited period of time. So jump on it today to get that while it's out there on Weeks. Look at this beautiful cup and handle that could produce a bigger gain, coming closer to that that 618 and the 786 Fibonacci. I would be having limit orders at $2.25 and $2 again for SWE. Nothing's changed about the tech. Just going through a weird, really strange kind of metamorphosis here. That trend line, come back to the trend and get a bounce. Trend line's still healthy for SWE. Nothing has really changed here for me. The tech is great. The team is great. It's so weird that you're getting this much kind of lack of faith volume here. It's just craziness. Good morning, Sam. Grabbing a bot today. Thank you for connecting us with all of the great people you work with. God bless Arthur Crypto. I can't believe you're going to step up and go all the way with that. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do receive a commission from the bot, so I greatly appreciate that. Anyone who signs up. And what is she talking about? I'm talking about the Minotaur trading situation we got going on. Minotaur created a great trading bot. Sign up to Minotaur today and schedule a call. You'll find out why I like the trading bot, why I use it. We call it a trading system. Don't even like calling it a bot. Schedule a free call today and find out more of the volatility. The bot has been loving this volatility. It's been absolutely amazing for it. You can't beat it. Shout out to my wonderful wife who's been behind my side through everything, all my ups and downs, everything that I've gone through in my life. Man, my wife, always there for me. Look at the bot. So the last time the bot traded, let's talk about it. It entered long here at 106.9 and it got out at 108.8. It nailed that long to the upside. Took a nice little scalp there on that trade. And then it made it and entered a long here, and then it exited the long and exited the long. So it made a long, it entered a long, Then it sold two. Then it entered a long here. So just in the last few days, so you can see it didn't make a lot of trades in the last 2 weeks. It made 1, 2, sold, 1, and sold. Not sure why I didn't buy I guess I could have thought the bottom was going to go lower. So now, right, the bot hasn't been in a trade yet. It's just waiting right now. It's looking for the bottom. It likely will find the bottom. It does a really good job of finding the bottom. I've seen it happen many times. All right. This is the trading bot. Look, it's doing damage. Absolute damage. And it loves that drawdown. That drawdown there all the way back down to 100,000. That's where it made a lot of money. Look at that. It got to ride that all the way up and then sell that. That's one of its biggest trades the bot ever made. It got in there and sold there and there. I mean, what an amazing move for the bot. And this thing did it perfectly. I didn't have to stress. I didn't have to get crazy. I didn't have to have any, Minotaur, man. So here's the link to the bot if you want to know more. I do get a commission, but it's what I use. I only tell you about stuff I use. I'm a businessman that does business with good businessmen. And if I see a good business, I'll work with it. I see this moving to the downside. We already told you. Now you're back in the trend line. That bounce did not happen. No. Shout out to Blocky. Altcoin Daily Blocky video comes out Friday. That's interesting. Good for you guys. I'm not really impressed by that. I know I should be, but I'm not. God bless Altcoin Daily. I love them though. No. I'm just, I get it. Dude keeps moving. What a weirdo. Yeah. Bro goes, yeah. I got more lines than a fisherman. If you're not, here's the deal. When you're trading, you're playing chess. Understand? I didn't move this line. This was the neckline of the head and shoulder line. Did we ever move that? No. I shouldn't even listen to this stuff. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Getting criticized by noobs that don't understand what's happening. You're playing chess right now. It's a constant move. I'm making this happen as it happens. Yeah, I'm molding to the price action. All right? Molding the price action. Now, not the bigger time frames. You know what I'm saying? Like this flag, you don't move your line. This was the line. That was it. That was the flag. The flag broke out. clear as day. I mean, you can see that. You could extend it and make it a bigger flag if you're more creative. It depends on you. It's not my fault your brain doesn't work as fast as mine and can't move the lines as quick as mine does. If you want the lines to stay the same, then you live in a universe that doesn't move. And we don't live in a universe like that. So the things you're saying don't make sense to me. You're not making sense. Understand? The chat is cooked for sure. Yeah. So look, head and shoulder pattern to the downside. Circled area, 103.8 is coming for Bitcoin. We were able to figure that out when the right shoulder got made in the 5-minute time frame. Had that right shoulder not got made, we would have come up, went tight. That's a long. In 30 minutes, it's either a sideways flag or it's a downward head and shoulder pattern. You get it? Yeah. He still has pants on. I wear pants every time. And I don't have like sweatpants on. I'm not mailing it in. I'm not doing that nonsense. All right? I got real pants on. I got actual pants on. All right? Beautiful khaki J. Crew Chino pants on. I suggest you get a pair. And I don't mean a pair of pants. But I'm ching. Hey, the guy's got a little too much to say over here. He's getting a little wild with the way he talks. We might have to keep him Nah, man. Sammy, you're the master. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Just a couple of trolls who most likely lost all the cash. Shout out to Mike Porter. God bless you, brother. Shout out to Cliff Boston. Those are clip-on pants. I know, right? Inevitable the pants talk. What's with the pants questions every day? Weird. People ask me about my pants every day, Chris. I don't know what it is, man. Shout out to Chris Citarella, man. God bless you, brother. You know what it is? People, you know what? No, it's actually not that weird. All right. Like Kevin O'Leary streams with no pants on, right? It was like a joke or something. He made headlines that he was streaming in his boxers. I can't see it, but like, you know. Kevin O'Leary, no pants. Anyway, we don't want to see his draws anyway. But, you know, Kevin O'Leary made headlines for his comment about not wearing pants during interviews, particularly with CBC. He said that he doesn't wear pants during interviews because the whole place is run by women and then he's working for women. He mentioned that this was his way of getting back at adding, so I know how to. Today, when I do a hit in Sky, I won't have any pants. I never do. I'm not kidding. Oh, so crazy. So people think that live streamers that dress nice like me aren't wearing any pants. All right, so that's the joke. And I wear pants every day, man. No pants, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where it comes from. That, you know, well-dressed men online aren't wearing pants. Like they're looking all good from the top up, but there's no pants on. You know what I mean? And would you not know anyway? I would never show you. You would never know if I had pants on or not. You see? Anyway, enough about the pants. See, you guys got me talking about the pants again. I don't know how you guys do it. You know, Sammy, you got to be careful what you're typing in Google. Yeah, no, you're all right, man. No. I knew it would come up. I'm not slow. Like I don't want to say I'm not slow like you. Sorry. Ah, God, I love you guys. Don't get me going. Your wife might like it if you don't wear pants. Oh, she likes it when I don't wear pants. She loves me. Yeah. So the bot's doing well. Life is going well. I got a bot running, making me gains while I'm making gains. And if you like that life and you want to talk like that, talk the talk, walk the walk, then you should get the Minotaur trading bot and start playing games. It's awesome. Anyway, you'll do what you do. I'll do what I do over here. Together, we'll make it out alive. Can we get back above the trend line? Yo, they're doing crazy things with Bitcoin right now. They really are. They're doing absolutely nutty bar stuff. All the people that know me, we're having fun today, right? In the charts. Look, this is a falling wedge over here. See, now I would trade. That's a cup and handle, man. And that's a 786 money printer. Look at the 786 money printer, man. Master Friend, I love you, man. Where's Master Friend when you need him? He always shows up right when you need him. He's like Batman. Or like, you know, he's like, not Little Red Riding Hood, but I'm messing with him, man. No, but, you know, she clicks her heels together 3 times and he appears, man. Where's my man, Master Hunter, man? Right, you're funny. But look at that 786 money printer. Look at that thing, man. Have funny. Money is not real. Look, I could have Grok make me something fun. Copy, paste it in the chart. You can do so much. Look at that pop, that bounce, baby. Look at that bounce. See if I can make you guys something quick. Just whip it off the top of my head here. See if we can get it done. Nice little pump off that 786, and now we're back above that crazy level again. Let's remove the moving averages for a second. It looks like spaghetti. What do I have? 2 moving averages on over here. Oh, yeah, this thing's got to be... I don't know why that one's coming in. Look, there it is. I got it for you guys. Are you ready? You guys aren't going to believe it. It just put it in the background. It didn't put it all. I don't know why I didn't. But there it is, man. The 786 money printer, right? They hit it behind him in a way, right? But there it is, man. And then he's looking right at it. And then what we'll do is we'll go grab the cool little circle tool that accentuates areas, right? And that's just absolutely bananas, right? Shout out to all my beautiful livers. Shout out to everyone that made my community what it is. We all bring something to the table, whether it's Jamie, Master Friend, all the new people, Teddy Bear, everybody that comes to the channel, everyone that shows up, everyone that's part of the Discord, Art the Crypto, all the beautiful souls, everyone that makes it awesome, everyone that continues to push, everyone that supports me no matter how much ups and downs the market goes through. We love y'all. We thank you guys so much, and we thank you so much for the support. You have no idea. It means the world to me. But look at that beautiful money printer off the 786 Fibonacci retracement bounce for Bitcoin. Unbelievable. You can't beat that. You can't beat. Oh, look, I took a picture of a picture so you can see me. But that's set in stone now. And so we did just bounce off the 786 Fib retracement exactly from this wick to that wick with the move. All right. Celebrate today. Celebrate. Shout out to Mad B. Shout out to, much love. Shout out to David Kendall. Shout out to Sam Stockdale. On a mission. Amen. Pepe is a friend. I used to trade these retracements on the fib. I find it's better to just moving average. For me, I had more success over time. If this crosses the 200 on the 5, we're good to go. It's probably above the 200 on the 1. So see how we just crossed the 200 moving average in the 1 minute time frame? That's something I would blindly trade on the 1 minute, you see? So look, we'll do a little bit of a take profit would have to be somewhere at 105, 650. And then my stop loss would have to be, 104, 462. Okay. And then what I do is I'll risk 70. No, okay, I was about to say. Yeah, you don't do, 130 for, you don't go crazy on these. This is Bit2Next. And look how quick it got me into the trade. I love that. And so the odds of me winning are very high. Now I just keep the stop loss below the 200 and let it rip. And I sell when we get to 105.5 and call it a day. Very simple way to trade. High odds that I'll win it. Well, who knows? We'll find out, right? We'll stay tuned. You should stay tuned too. And we'll find out later on if Sammy wins the trade. Shout out to the 1,700 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Servando Estrada. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Jose Guerola. Shout out to Vegas Claw. Yonito Seviela. Shout out to Minsky. Shout out to Koala Cody. Shout out to Mario and Mindy. If you're out there, we love you guys. Shout out to Amanda Holland. Shout out to Koala Cody yet again. That's a cool name. Arthur, we love you. Love learning. Thank you for always being here. Bitcoin, getting the move, the trade, Is it up 3%? Can I say I'm the king of 3% already? Look, I am. I'm the king of 3%. I did it again. Up 4.45%. Oh, it was up 4% a second ago. A second ago, I was the king of 3%. Just a second ago. I was the king of 4%, actually. Now I'm the king of nothing. That makes you the king of nothing. And again, trading on a day like today is treachery. So I'm trading Fed day, but that's my model. It's supposed to break out every time. It's supposed to get me paid. I'm supposed to just chill, no emotions. I've done this so many times that I'm not even emotional about it. I don't care whether I win or lose. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just sign up for weeks with your rep. Thank you so much. God bless anyone that signs up with my links. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do receive a commission. Thank you very, very much. It's very nice of you. You don't have to do it, but you do. Everyone that sends any support my way, I greatly appreciate it. Kita's been on my radar for a 786 retracement. I'd like to see if it can come to 47, but it's sitting in that 618 golden pocket at 77, 79. All right. So now I like what we're seeing here. Good chance I can win this trade. I just made a live trade on Bit2Nex. Bit2Nex. Bit2Nex, however you want to say it. Look, bro, it's going to get stopped. I don't know what's going to happen. I like it. We'll see what happens. The haters want to see me get taken out so bad right now. They want to see the lifer lose. They love when the lifer loses. They're like, yeah, lose, lifer, lose. So many people. And then there's tons of people that want to see me win. I'm focused on the people that love me and that want to see me win. You know, this could make a beautiful inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let me get that shoulder. There's the head. There's the right shoulder. I tell you what, when I buy above the 200 moving average, I have a 80% win rate publicly too. So let's go, baby. We're already up 5% on the trade. I'm the king of 5%. And now you want to start getting that stop loss shaved a little bit. Now we can lose less than we could before, see? Bang. Only can lose 108 on the trade now instead of 160. Always being conscious of the risk. The key is to always shave the risk every single time. Sam, please check the CL oil futures. Was there positive news from the Middle East? Also, prayers for President Trump for peace and prosperity. Shout out to U.S. crypto algo trading. God bless you, man. Prayers around the world for everybody. Prayers for peace, everybody. And actually, moment of silence. Every day, we're going to push peace out here on this channel. I forgot, we don't talk about it. We actually bring the opposite. So, moment of silence. Let's just pray for peace, everybody right here on this channel together. Dear Lord, we know things don't always look amazing. We know that the odds are stacked against us. We know there's so much evil out here and so many hate and so much back and forth. May the rest of the world that wants to bring the energy, the healing energy, the vibrational energy to change the way we're flowing as a human race, may we all pray for peace. Amen. May we all find it in our heart to forgive our brothers. May all realize that the last deaths of our, like people say, you killed my dad, you killed my brother, and this is ongoing back and forth. May somehow, some way, may people begin to forgive and find love in their hearts so the whole world can heal. Amen. Dear Lord, can we find peace no matter what, no matter between races, between religions, between people? May we find hearts of love in every single person. Amen. Thank you, dear Lord. Shout out to everybody that decided to pray with me. Thank you. I appreciate it. And every day we're going to pray for peace, man. Every day we're going to pray for peace. Some way, somehow, there has to be a different ending. In my reality, I don't see, where we all blow up in a I don't see that. I see a loving world where we all find a beautiful way to live. Man, there's dumping Bitcoin. Stay above that 200 moving average, baby. And price action is very sketchy today. Look at all the ups and downs. Fed day is always a very sketchy day to trade. It's never an easy day to trade. Always a lot of ups and downs on Fed day. Every single time. I tell you that. Every time. It does look like you could make a nice right shoulder, though, and save the day here. So I'm still long. And you guys will either see me crash and burn or win the trade. I love the fact that we're transparent here with the trading. You'll see what happens. Okay, so back into the super chats as we're juggling it all today and getting it done. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. bot gave, but didn't have to. Lifer bot in the making. Let's go. God bless you, man. Thank you. Sam, please check CL oil futures. So first thing we're going to look at, CL oil futures. Crude oil. Yeah, crude oil futures. Thank you. Wow, took a beat down, right? We were looking for oil futures just that was back in May of 2024 is the last time I looked at this chart. 20. You know, oil futures, interesting, kind of in this falling wedge, right? We're seeing there could be some scarcity for oil and some issues with the trading due to what's happening there. And that could create some tension, which could create some higher prices. I'd be looking for that right shoulder. Like, it almost looks like it wants a right shoulder, right? I take a look at the daily time frame, and the daily's above the 200 moving average too as well, with that 21 curving up. Looks like we could, possibly get some more movement here. Looks a little sketch. I like the flag though. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. So we were starting to flag out, but now look, I would watch this flag, and again, shoulder, it seems to be a symmetrical triangle. These mainly dump. So it kind of starts to lean the fact that oil, see, if the war continues, the oil's going to pump. If Trump does something beautiful and there's some good peace, then oil's going to reserve back. This is telling us that we may get the move back down just because it has kind of head and shoulder vibes. And so we're looking for oil to kind of go back down. 104,700 for Bitcoin. Looks like they're going back for short squeezing here today. Back to the upside. And where was our entry even? I don't even remember where our real entry was for the on the trade. Entry price was 687. All right. Yeah. Let's take a look at BTC USD. I'm going to take a look at the CME futures for Bitcoin. And we're going to take a look at if there's any gaps here too as well. Technically, there's a gap down there at 97,000, but the two wicks have covered it, so it's not a full gap. So no gapping there. No gaps here. 4 hours sometimes has the gap. I don't see any gaps on the CME that haven't been filled. Yeah. So Bitcoin looks safe here in the CME as far as I'm concerned. If anything, it looks like it could double bottom back up to the range at 109. If you had to make a guess, like a liquidity, if you just looked at this and asked, look, the liquidity, look, just watch. They dumped the price. Where did they bring it? They brought it back up. They brought the price up. Where did they bring it? They brought it back down. They pumped the price. Where did they bring it? They brought it back down. They just dumped the price. Where are they going to bring it? They're going to bring it back up. You know what I mean? I know that sounds so simple and ridiculously common sense based, but again, that's how it is. As insane as it sounds, that's how it is. All right. So we started the day with a massive pump. Things look kind of good. Bitcoin looked like it was getting crazy, followed by some up and down price action, and now we're kind of sitting in limbo here. Again, let's start again with Bitcoin. It's been pretty weird today and not that easy to find out what's happening. We're going to remove the moving averages, and we're going to take a look at the daily. So it comes down to this being a symmetrical triangle. These mainly dump. Sad to say, these mainly do dump to the downside. Even if we are bearish, it suggests we could get a bounce back to the top of the trend line, at least, out of this falling wedge. So remember, we're looking for this bounce back to the top of the channel. That's what we're looking for Bitcoin. We're not saying it's guaranteed. We're not saying it's going to happen for sure. Again, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but we're looking for this to bounce back to the top of the channel. The stochastics could go either way. They could dump, curve down. They could curve up. So it's, again, they're in that symmetrical zone. We can at least find out where we're likely going to go. If we dump, we break this length here, likely all the way to about 97,006. If we pump up here. back to a new all-time high of about 118,000. So it could go either way. It's called a symmetrical triangle for a reason. It's 50-50. Mainly, I've seen these break down. So even if we eventually make a nice pump to the upside in the next 5 or 6 days, we'd get tight. This could eventually break down. But regardless of all that, I'd say in the next 4 or 5 days, I'm looking for a bounce back to 109.5. This is what I'm looking for the daily to put in a higher low. So if today we close a tweezer bottom. If we close this green candle like this, that will be a tweezer bottom, and it could prevent, help the daily go further to the upside. Jim Rohn saved my life 10 years back, but I fell on the path last year. I need him again. I get his vibes from you. Advice for a new beginning. You can't beat yourself up for falling short. Number one, you're human and you made a mistake. It's okay. You do know how to get back, though, because that's what you did. You have it in you. Some people don't have that, so you have an edge. All you have to do is meditate on that edge and tell yourself you can, you will, you are the best, and you're there already, man. You've got this, Dennis. I love you, brother. Just show up every day, man. I'll remind you how great you are, because you're one of the greatest people on earth. You know it. You can, you will, you are the best. You already have Jim Rohn in your heart and soul. He already taught you the lessons of thousands of years of knowledge, and you've got it all inside. So I listen to Jim Rohn probably 90% of my days, and he really changes my life. Bitcoin getting the pump, 104,800 for BTC. We are up $77 on the trade. If you took the trade with the lifer and you weren't emotional, you're up 9%. I showed you how to clip 10% on the trade. This looks like it's going to rip. Look, there's the right shoulder getting made. Everything going our way. And it was a shallow right shoulder, which doesn't always happen as such. Shoulder. Shoulder. Look at that inverted head and shoulder. Bang, right? We'll see what happens, but Sammy took a long in front of the world, and Sammy's up. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Where else this can go? Bookmap ripping, and we're flattening the shorts yet again here. A nice short squeeze. So in the last hour, only shorts have been squeezed. A little long squeeze happened here at about 11:17, but then since then, 11:29 and 11:39 here, we've been squeezing these shorts. These are short liquidations. It's a liquidation indicator. It actually shows me people getting liquidated. And it tells me if we keep this up, we're going to liquidate a bunch of people at 110,200. They're about to get absolutely flattened. So only time will tell. But it tells me there's going to be a liquidation. Liquidated shorts, baby. Liquidated shorts. That's what happens when you go to the beach and you drink too much. I'm just joking, man. Oh, my gosh. Always funny, though, right? Something to say about something. DXY double top. Yep. All-time high next week, baby. It seems that Tom Crown... Who petrified Medusa? You're funny, man. Been poor, been rich. None of it matters without the right mindset. 100%, man. Thank you, Sam. Took the trade up 10%. I'm out scalping. I like it. I like it. Who made gains with the lifer? Jim Rohn, the former... No, man. Jim Rohn. You guys are crazy. We said Jim Rohn. R-O-H-N. Understand. Hey, so, realistically, I see a move to the up. If there was no Fed day and we were just kind of doing our thing, the TA says we can get the play. I'll even do it like this, back to the top of the channel. The chubby way, right? Send it back up. Send it back up, please. Calling all senders. And man, there's my Sammy Cup and Handy. That's that 786. It just may hold us down here. Let's go. Let's get the cup and handle. Samuel Cup and handle. Sammy Cup and Handy. 104,850. Let's go. And send that baby to 106,700 for Bitcoin. We got the bullish divvy. Can it play out? So I just wanted to keep things nice and neat for you. So zoom out on the daily. We've got a symmetrical triangle. Zoom in on the 4 hour. We've got a sweet little falling wedge. Zoom in on the 5. We got ourselves a cup and handle. Or even the 1 hour. Like, it's even better, right? Yeah. And it's slightly breaking out already after massive liquidations at either side of the handle. Shout out to Marcus with the 333. God bless you, Marcus. And I hang out with Mac every day, man. We'll call you today. You know, Mac lives 5-minute bike ride from my house now, man. Me and Mac are buddies again. Yo, it's crazy, bro. Hanging out with Greg, man. The whole crew is back, bro. You got to come out. You're only one plane ride away, man. Shout out to my man, Marcus. I can't wait to see you, brother. I'm here on the northeast with you, buddy. Nice weather, too, man. These low 70s. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Not too hot. Great for working on the backyard, getting the pool ready. Everything is awesome, man. Thank you for jumping on into the live, Marcus. God bless you, brother. Shout out to the 1,729 beautiful souls. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. 700 beautiful likes. 100 people, $100 in chat revenue. Love you, Marcus. And you look, my success brought me back to my friends, man. You gotta love that, right? That's a beautiful story. Yeah, my wife keeps asking where you're at. She's like, why hasn't Marcus reached out? Where's Marcus? Why isn't he on? Where's Mark? Why isn't Marcus coming? Why isn't Marcus come to Florida? Why isn't we been there a year? Where's Marcus? Well, you increase your font size. It's hard to see the charts in the phone screen. You want to, you want me to go harder? I think I go up here, right? Is that better there? I went up another. I don't want to be too chunky, though. Yeah. Shout out to everybody here. James Smith says he's out. I think he bounced out of the trade, right? Bang, bang, bang. I've been too tired to trade. Just watch the double bottoms and the double tops and say, oh, should I trade now? But I don't. And get sad. It's okay, man. You'll make it. You got to push yourself. You get a second opportunity out here. Yeah, I do like Vegas. I took the trade with you. Gains. Shout out to our man, Marcus. My brother. Yo, gains on gains. So funny, right? And so many people have made gains with me on the live. We have fun on this live stream. We do it every single day, 7 days a week without a day off. I mean, of course. Look, I'm up $100 in the trade now, 11%. 7%. I guess at the high, I was up 100. Move my stop loss into profit. I like it. Work never stops here at NYC. You know how it is. I know. I told her the same thing. I said he's got to grind, man. He's always on the grind, baby. I feel you. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid right now and see how it's holding up against the market. Really was the funnest thing to trade. The liquidity was just, I just want things that don't just go up and down every 5 seconds. And I don't like how it made his head right shoulder there, though. Really sketchy. So the whole market, even this has the head and shoulder in it, but it's way higher than everything else. So either they're scaring the whole market. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to get everybody to short these altcoins. They put a head and shoulder in everything, man. From Cardano all the way down the line, right? So, like, Bitcoin's got it. Today's a crazy day. It's Fed day. There's a head and shoulder on all the altcoins. They're either going to take a nasty... We're going to wake up tomorrow morning with decimation, or everyone's going to say, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. We got the bounce, right? First time here, mate. You're pure entertainment. Love it. Thank you. Shout out to Bonanzlo. Hey, man, we keep it moving every single time here. You know, hey, we even do Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, I get no respect over here. You know what I mean? Hey, I used to go over here just to eat the grapes. I used to go to Hollywood parties just to eat the grapes over here. Hey, you know? Hey, I was with my wife the other day. She said, how come you don't take me no place I never been, huh? So I took her to the kitchen. Hey, ching. Hey, what are you going to say? Hey, you know? Nasty dump coming, fellas. Mexi, is it available at all? Yeah. I can't see platforms like you. I watch every day. Just my technique. Shout out to Point Dexter. We love you, man. Thank you for jumping on in. To the person having trouble seeing, you go on YouTube settings, and you can increase your quality. It helps. Yeah, if you're there, you can probably do a zoom in. I just zoomed in 110% for you, but I don't want it too chunky, man. You know, then I lose movement. I gotta have a nice landscape here. I'm looking for Hyperliquid to hold this previous resistance as support. If not, it's gonna fall back down to this point of control at 35. All right. Hey, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. My name's Peter Griffin. That's right. I used to do the voice for Peter. After a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know, they fired me. I had to get another guy. I was drinking too much of the job. Hey, that's pretty good. Because it was like him, but it's not him, but it's a joke, but it's not a joke, so it's like a triple joke. You know what I mean? There's like 5 jokes in one over here. This guy, I don't even know how he does it. They call it a triple entendre, flippy, skip, dip, dupe with a quadruple. All the way to the upside. Larry Bird all the way back. You know, Steph Curry all the way downtown, all the way from downtown back to pass. We're up $115 in the trade, up 12%. The trade is ripping to the upside, doing damage. Sammy Cuphead made another 12%. Let's see if he can continue to add to the boom. And look, this is nice. This is like a nice little flag here now. That's an ascending triangle starting to form. I told you about the 1 minute 200. You didn't believe me. Someone said he's going to get stopped out. There was a hater yelling. He said, look at him. He's going to lose. Running his widow internet mouth over there. I'm on one right now. I don't give a dang. Hey, what would you do if you were the lifer, right? Seriously, let's ask everybody, what would you do if you were the lifer? I want to hear your questions. What would you do if you were the lifer? What would you do? You know, this guy's got the voice of the jokes, drinking too much lemon water over here. Maybe more carries, limit video resolution of 48B, video selected, I don't know, 200 BC, 106. Funny. Haterty down, you're funny. CL Traders, shout out to everybody here. 104,900 for Bitcoin. Looking like we're going to get that target, 105.5. Call it a day. We only had to risk 100 for like $500 too. Look, we can shave a little bit more of that risk. Now we're up like 90. We can only lose 101. On fire, my God. Shout out to Rave Song Records, man. I wouldn't change a thing if I was a lifer. I already am the lifer, swinging the bat fearlessly. I love it, man. I would stream live in the jacuzzi with the cigar. My man. We're looking good. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep winning. I'd wear pants. I'd grow a beard. I'd hang out at the beach daily. You guys are awesome, man. I just keep on having fun. I'd wear a purple fit with a cane. I just closed the trade, baby. 104,009. I'd buy MC and convert it to lifer. You guys are crazy, man. I do whatever I want, like always, 100%, right? Stream with my pants on. Easy money, thanks, Sam. Is for real still in the chat? Yo, where's he at now? Yo, we up $140. Nah, see, we could lose the trade into 2 seconds, too. I never like to get cocky. In 2 seconds, this could go against me, and I'll lose, too. So you never know. One step at a time, one humble trade at a time, and may we win this one. You know, straight. You know, it started with the desire to want to change my life, then dedication to stay dedicated to something that you love, the discipline to do it every single day, no matter what, and the determination to keep going, no matter what happened in my life. My mom died, my dad died. Ups and downs in the trades, ups and downs in life, YouTube, everything else, right? Get a pink Cadillac, you're funny. Get a pink Cadillac, yeah. I brick wall with crypto. Sam, help me over it. I love you, man. No pants equals massive gains. I know, right? So we're looking for this flag to continue to pump. If you got in when I did, when we crossed the 200 on the 1 minute, that's my signature move. Now we're touching the 21 above the 200. That's my signature entry. It says we can get it. It all depends. Here lies Sammy on the gravestone. The 21 and the 200 may. But look, there is some bearish divvy now forming. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. RSI's looking sketch. We may not win the trade. We may have to jump on a break even here. Wow, sketchy day to trade, I'll be honest. A lot of back and forth. People are waiting for Fed, and they don't know what's going to happen. The whole market's kind of in awe right now. It doesn't really know what it's going to be doing. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. We haven't looked at the NASDAQ in a second. And that's Bitfinex. We're trading on Bitfinex Live here today. If you want to jump on into Bitfinex, we do have a link. It's right here, pinned comment. Jump on in today to find out more. All right. Happy birthday to Derek. Happy 21, Derek. We love you, man. Third time's a charm, baby. We got you. We got you. And if you sign up to Weeks today, new signups, you get a VIP 3, which is less fees immediately. So you got to use the Lifer link today, and you will get hooked up on Weeks. Sign up today to find out more. All of this is right here in the pinned comment. And then I might as well shill one more time the Lifer Vision trading course if I'm going to shill. and jump on into the Life Revision trading course. Hit the link. That's going to be June 28th, 10 days from now. That'll blow your mind, all right? The Life Revision trading course, $150. It's once a month, and it's a live class. I teach it live. It's not pre-recorded. You will get a recording, and it'll show you what you need. Okay. Let's take a look at ETHBTC. ETHBTC, right? I'd like to see that not... So if ETHBTC decides to shoulder head and shoulder its way out, we're done. If it can get the bounce, it means the whole market's going to get a bounce. So ETH Bitcoin, it has to bounce here. Like, it's so crucial. If it gets a bounce, we're okay. Everything works in our favor. If it does not bounce, we have a bit of a problem here for the altcoins. So you got to watch ETH Bitcoin. It's got to make this higher low bounce. Very, very important. All right? Extremely. Let's take a look at the DXY and then the NASDAQ. The DXY falling off, but making a little flag there. But it is continuously to dump. We talked about it on the daily. We said it's in a bear flag. Look for it to dump. It did. Now it's making another flag. I want to see it kind of, it has to trend up again a little bit, something like this. But wow, man, the dollar really getting a massive dump. I see it headed down right there to 96.99.2. But it looks like it could take some time of sideways price action, not immediate dumpage. Let's take a look at the NQ, the NASDAQ E-mini futures. I talked about the NASDAQ making a bit of a pump. I could see it getting busy. And I was bullish on the NASDAQ. Even yesterday I was bullish. There was a nice pump. And then last night I was bullish on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ bouncing off the 15-minute 200 moving average. There, that's my signal right there on the 10-minute. Making a bull flag. Basically touching, getting a minuscule away from the 21. And then getting the pump. I see the NASDAQ getting a bounce right now. For whatever reason, it looks like the nasty NAS is going to bounce. Maybe they're going to dump it later when Jerome comes out. So they're going to pump it now. But right now I see the nasty NAS getting to 22,200. That's my call on the NASDAQ. You can trade the NASDAQ on BTCC. A link to BTCC is in the descripciones. Let me see if I can sign in here to BTCC. I haven't signed in earlier. Been running on other exchanges throughout the day. Bang, bang, and badoom. And that looks bullish on the NASDAQ. All right. The nasty Nas. And right now I gotta trade cooking on the NASDAQ too. It's up very minimal. 5%. 5% right now on the NASDAQ. So the in was 22 even. 22.10, and we're currently at 22.68. I could see more happening. Bitcoin getting a move too. 104.9. Now we're really up on the trade. It's starting to kind of do its thing, right? Oh no, 104.840. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The music, everything just went well today. Just things running. Let's go. Shout out to JB. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Coinbase ripping. So excited for the class. I love that. I'm an Indian, so please, Bitcoin fresh entry explain. I'm scared of today. If rates stay the same, dump or pump. Honestly, it won't have no effect. Just let the market do its thing. It's whatever the charts say. Yeah. XAU packed for the people. We'll take a look at PAXG, which can be traded on MEXC weeks and futures as well. And I've been bullish on gold. Everybody knows that. I've been bullish on gold. In the big picture, last PAXG had a nice pump. The bigger picture, I'm bullish on gold on the daily time frame. Wow, it broke out of the flag in the last couple of days just to come back inside. So what I've been doing is this. Like gold's in this ascending triangle, and it's looking very, very bullish. I would expect gold to bounce off the bottom trend line. Might have one more little dump, but I expect gold to bounce and then continue to rip. This is PAXG, which is a pegged coin that's pegged to gold. That sends gold to 39.89. Boom. So gold looks bullish to me for sure. I don't see how gold doesn't make a move. I like what I'm seeing here for gold. An entry here with a stop below 32.5 looks like it could be a beautiful entry. So this is technically where I like to enter. I like to enter when it's red at the bottom of the channel. When nobody's really paying attention, it's a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio for gold. It's a beautiful trade right there. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oops, I meant, can we see Solana? I think we already went over Solana. Yeah. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse went up the clock. I don't know, man. The trade's pretty flat now. Now I see a head and shoulder pattern about to dump on us on the 1 minute. Yeah, like they're just, this is crazy. Look at the 1 minute now. I see a head and shoulder. That's a head and shoulder for sure. That says you're going to take us down. There's a 68% chance, which is basically rounded to 7, that's going to dump. If somehow that doesn't dump and we stay in some we somehow consolidate, I would be so surprised. I'll hold on. Why not? I'm only risking $100. It's before Fed Day, man. Penny, for your thoughts on ICP. I never really liked it. Don't really care much about it. And I'd rather not even think about it if that's a penny for my thoughts. I mean, I gave you my real thought. I could lie and just do the TA, but I think the thing is garbage, man, and people love it. There's this like inner cult that thinks it's really the one. I'm all set. I think it's had just too much controversy, too much ups and downs. Now it just got rejected and it slumped. I don't know, man. I'm all set. Maybe a right shoulder and it goes lower. Either that or, look, it's going to use this as a bullish retest off the top of the channel and somehow get a breakout. But I'm not a fan. You can see it's a sketchy day to trade Bitcoin. As you can see, a sketchy day to trade Bitcoin. Really not our day. Anything could happen, but it's a little weird, you know? So the big thing is to wait for Fed meeting, and then we trade tonight, like 6, 7 p.m. after the dust. Wait for the Fed meeting. Then they'll be up and down. They'll obliterate. There will be a bunch of liquidations, and they'll be ready to see. Yeah, weeks should work in California easily. Yeah, I don't know, though. You tell me. Yeah, so I think ICP is horrible. I don't even like talking about it. I never had it, never owned it. It never said anything to me. It never spoke to me. It was just never a coin I felt like I wanted to have anything to do with. Yeah. I see this head and shoulder dumping to the downside and dumping fast. Watch out here for Bitcoin. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even and probably just get break even on the trade. Yeah, I'm about to get hit off at break even, everybody. I'm going to show you just so you know. No, I'm not going to BS. Right there, I'm at break even now. Maybe even a little bit below it. Let's take a look. So they wicked it. Then I move my stop loss. There's a chance maybe I don't get, you know. So right there, just a little bit of fees now. So tough trading today. We did get a pretty big move from the 200 MA. I didn't get in early enough or put in enough. And maybe we bounce here. Look at that. I'm still in the trade. I'm up 3.9%, you know. Since I started trading the small time frames, there's been so many times where I'm right there and I somehow stay in the trade. I mean, looking for that to bounce and we could still win, baby. Look at the stochastics. They want to rip. So you're telling me there's a chance. Still scalp long, and when Sammy says go, I love you, man. Swift 33x on weeks. You're funny. SW, let's see. Let's take a look at what you're saying. You like SWFTC? Reminds me of Swift coin, like when they changed the banking system. I don't know if that's, you know, but it gives me that vibe. Looks horrible, right? I don't know, that looks bearish to me, like it's going to dump out of a bear flag. I wouldn't touch it. That looks horrible. Maybe a right shoulder too. I don't know, it looks whack. Yeah. And there's my stop loss that just got hit. I could hear it. So there you go. It's another lackluster day of trading. Tight price action in the summer with the Fed day. It only makes sense, right? We got what we can, but there's been heavy volatility and good action. So today's been pretty nasty though. Look at that. The 5 minute, did it lose the 2? Yeah, back below the 200 again. And then the 1 minute did break that head and shoulder. It did make a head and shoulder, you see? That shoulder, head, right shoulder, that's going down. You just got to play it for what it is. Everyone, I'll be back for Fed about 215, 220, and we'll go from there. I would stay away. I would only be DCing in coins that are strong, which I already have. I'd be waiting right now on price action. Only thing I'd be doing is buying some Bitcoin, and I bought it lower the last few days, so I'm just sitting pretty right now, watching price action, sitting on my hands. You don't have to do anything. Some days the best trade is no trade at all. Everyone, I love you. Thank you for the $105 in chat revenue. Thank you for all the super chats and everybody that came to the stream. God bless each and every one of you. I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, awesome live stream, and we'll do it again like we do every single day. I'll be back actually for Fed Day in about, an hour, 2.5 hours. So stay tuned for Jer Powell. We'll break it down like we do, and we'll have a blast. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you again, and I'll be back in a couple hours. Stay safe, stay trading awesome, stay squared up. I'll see you soon. The secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great, baby. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next live stream in a couple hours. Thank you. God bless.